Hi guys, and welcome back to the Watch Scientist channel. My name is Nelly and today I present you my little Seiko 5. Now this watch is the SNKK87K1 from the Seiko 5 lineup. And as some of you may know, the Seiko 5 lineup is quite huge with a very large variety of different types of watches. Now, when I bought this watch a few months ago, I was looking for something a bit dressier, yet sporty and versatile. And a clear inspiration was the Rolex DateJust, which I am definitely not able to buy yet from a financial perspective at this moment. And so I started looking at the Seiko because I know that they also make a few dressier pieces, I guess. And when I was looking at the Seiko 5 lineup, it took me a while to find the watch that would match my expectations, because many Seiko 5s are actually a bit on the smaller side of things, and also many of them have the crown at the 4 o'clock, so here rather than here, and that is something I really don't particularly like. But then I came across this watch on Amazon with baton indices, as you can see, and a smooth shiny bezel and the crown at the 3 o'clock rather than the 4, and I really enjoyed that because it adds to the presence of the watch. In my opinion, if you have the crown at the 3 o'clock, it makes the watch look a little bit bigger, and in fact this watch has a diameter of 37 millimeters and even a bit larger, obviously with the crown that is sticking out. Now, let's quickly go through the stats of this watch. Now, it came out in 2013 and it has a diameter of almost 38 millimeters, as I said, a case thickness of 11 millimeters, which gives it this elegant thin look, and a lug width of 20 millimeters, which makes it very easy to replace the bracelet, and we'll come back to that a little bit later, what I did with the bracelet here. Now, the crystal on the watch face is hardlex crystal, which is a bit cheaper than the more scratch-resistant sapphire crystal. But, I mean, what can you expect from a $100 watch? You get an automatic watch with a day-date function, a beautiful sunburst effect dial, and a see-through case back. So, I think that's a lot of watch for the money. And this is by far my favorite feature on the watch. The fact that you can have a look at the movement, at the automatic movement at such a low price. I absolutely love that about it. Now, the movement itself isn't really anything special. They obviously have to cut the price where possible, and especially with a product that looks this good. I mean, just look at it. Now, it is the 7S26 caliber, which is a self-winding movement with 21 jewels and an accuracy of up to -20 to +49 seconds a day. So it is definitely not the most accurate movement out there. But again, it is $100, so let's not be too critical here. Now, let's get to the actual title of the video. So, is this a €100 Rolex DateJust alternative? No, of course it isn't. Let's be honest, a Seiko 5 will never be a Rolex. However, my intent with the title of this video was to demonstrate that you can actually get something that looks a lot like the DateJust from Rolex if you're looking for something like that in a much more affordable price range. This watch you can find around €100 mark on Amazon or Chrono24, and something that has surprised me is the elegance of this piece. The way the bezel shines with strong light, it makes it look so much more expensive than what it actually is. And I also have to mention that the watch did not come with this bracelet. It came with a folded steel link bracelet, and to be honest with you, I hate folded links. It is so tedious to change the strap or to adjust the size of these bracelets. So I just bought a new one on Amazon. And the first bracelet I bought on Amazon was actually a president type bracelet, which I then didn't really like, and I decided to opt for the Jubilee type bracelet, which obviously reminds me a lot of the Rolex DateJust. Now I actually took a picture of this watch next to my friend's Rolex Day-Date just to compare them in terms of looks when it was still on the President bracelet. And I think the Seiko actually stood its own ground in terms of looks. Now obviously we are not talking about feel, I said it already, Seiko will not be Rolex. However, in terms of looks, the Seiko stood its own ground. It is elegant, it is shiny, and it looks good. I think it is a dressy watch, and yeah, again, you might think I'm crazy for saying that I'm comparing a Seiko next to a Rolex, but I'm not really comparing them. I know they both are completely different watches, but just thinking that the Rolex costs 300 times more than this, and still they look both quite good, in my opinion, is crazy. And whilst this watch has a day-date function, in my opinion it still looks more like the Rolex DateJust rather than the day-date, because of the fact that it has the function on the 3 o'clock rather than two functions, one in the center and one at the 3 o'clock like the day-date. So yeah, that's what I wanted to explain with this video. Now I will pop this onto my wrist. I'll take it out of the box so you can see what it looks like on the wrists. Now, it is a very thin watch, as I said, and in my opinion looks really, really great on any wrist. So yeah, that's the watch. Now, I want to hear from you whether this watch reminds you of a Rolex DateJust, and if you think this could be landing in your collection to make for a nice and elegant yet sporty piece. Now that's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, it would help us so much if you could leave a like on this video, as we have very interesting content coming up. Now that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Ciao.